Above the clouds, where the wind still carries the whispers of forgotten gods, a silent kingdom awakens. This is Olympus, birthplace of legends, gateway between light and shadow. But beneath the sacred mountain, in the burning veins of the earth, ancient forces waited in the dark, creatures born from chaos, shaped by fear, rage, and destiny. Open the book of legends and step into the world of 20 monsters that forged the myths of the gods. Once a devoted priestess of Athena, Medusa was cursed after Poseidon violated the sacred temple. Her beauty became a weapon, her hair turned to serpents, and her gaze to stone. She was not born a monster. She was made by the cruelty of gods. Born from a curse placed on Queen Pasiphae, the Minotaur grew with unstoppable strength and a hunger no mortal could satisfy. Hidden in the labyrinth built by Daedalus, he became a symbol of fear. Yet behind the legend was a creature abandoned by those who created him. Born from the union of chaos and fire, the Chimera carried the fury of 3 beasts in one body: a lion's roar, a goat's defiance, and a serpent's venom. Feared across Lycia, she left scorched earth behind her, a living reminder that some monsters were forged, not born. Born in the swamps of Lerna, the Hydra was a living curse forged by Typhon and Echidna. Each time a hero cut one of her heads, 2 more rose in its place. Her venom could melt steel, her breath poisoned the air, and her immortality made her the ultimate trial for those who dared to rise. Born from divine mystery, the Sphinx guarded the road to Thebes with riddles sharper than any blade. She offered no mercy. Answer and live, fail and perish. Her power lay not in strength, but in the terror of knowing that knowledge itself could decide your fate. Forged by the monstrous union of Typhon and Echidna, Cerberus stood at the gates of the underworld as Hades' eternal sentinel. With 3 heads to watch the living, the dead, and the damned, he allowed no soul to escape. Cerberus was not a beast of chaos, but a guardian of cosmic order. The Cyclopes were ancient giants, born from Uranus and Gaia, feared not for their size but for their craft. With a single eye that saw truth without illusion, they forged Zeus's thunderbolts, Poseidon's trident, and Hades' helm. Misjudged as brutes, they were in truth the silent architects of divine power. The sirens were not mere singers of the sea, but daughters of the river god Achelous, cursed after failing to protect Persephone. Their voices carried beauty and despair, weaving illusions so perfect that sailors mistook death for paradise. They did not lure by malice, but by an ancient sorrow that echoed across the waves. Born from the storm winds of Zeus and Electra, the Harpies were spirits of sudden punishment, striking with the fury of the sky. Their wings carried tempests, their claws seized the guilty, and their screams echoed divine wrath. They were not mindless beasts, but the relentless messengers of justice no mortal could escape. Half lion and half eagle, the griffin was born from ancient divine guardianship. Revered across the east and feared in the west, it protected treasures no mortal was meant to touch. With the strength of a beast and the vision of the sky, the griffin stood as the eternal symbol of vigilance and sacred power. Born from the ancient chaos of Gaia, Python ruled the slopes of Delphi long before Apollo claimed the sanctuary. Its massive coils guarded the sacred oracle, and its breath carried visions that mortals could not bear. When Apollo slew Python, he did not defeat a monster. He conquered an age older than the gods themselves. Born from Gaia's fury, Typhon rose as the greatest threat the gods had ever faced. With serpents for limbs and a voice that shook the mountains, He challenged Zeus for the rule of the cosmos. Their battle split the sky with fire, and when Typhon fell, even the earth remembered his rage. Born from Typhon and Echidna, Orthos was the two-headed guardian of Gerion's sacred cattle, fierce, loyal, and relentless. He defended the far reaches of the Western world where mortals rarely dared to walk. Orthos was not a mindless beast, but a sentinel shaped by duty and the wild power of his lineage. Once a nymph cursed by jealousy, Scylla became a terror of the seas, her 6 monstrous heads striking from the shadows of a towering cliff. Sailors feared her not for malice, but for the inevitability of her hunger. Scylla was a reminder that even the innocent can be twisted by divine cruelty. Cursed by the gods, Charybdis became a living vortex, swallowing the sea 3 times a day with a force that shattered ships and pulled heroes into the abyss. She was not a creature of rage, but a punishment made eternal. An oceanic maw reminding mortals that even the tides can carry divine wrath. Forged from stone and storm, the giants rose as the wrath of the ancient world, towering over armies and shaking the earth with every step. Born to challenge the Olympians, they fought not as monsters but as forces of nature, echoes of a primordial age refusing to bow to the rule of the gods. Born of ancient curses, the Gorgons carried serpents for hair and a gaze that turned courage into stone. Feared by mortals and avoided by gods, they guarded a realm of shattered statues, silent witnesses to their power. The Gorgons were not born monsters. They were shaped by divine cruelty. Born from Hecate's dark magic, Empousa walked the night as a shape-shifting predator, her single brass leg striking sparks across the earth. She lured travelers with beauty, then revealed the fire-haired terror beneath. Empousa was not a creature of hunger, but a weapon forged to punish the reckless and the wicked. Once a Libyan queen cursed by Hera, Lamia wandered the night as a serpent-blooded predator, her beauty hiding a hunger that could never be silenced. She stole the dreams of mortals, haunting them with visions of terror. Lamia was not born a monster. She was shaped by divine cruelty and endless grief. Born in the burning sands of the east, the Manticore hunted with a lion's strength, a scorpion's venom, and a human face twisted into a predator's smile. Its tail launched death like arrows, and its hunger knew no mercy. The Manticore was the embodiment of fear, an ancient reminder that beauty and terror can share the same skin. But this was only one chapter. The gods watch, the monsters rise, and the story has only just begun. FutureosLab, where legends return to life. Next episode, the nymphs. Beauty, power, mystery.